Hey guys, and welcome. I am the Seven Swords, and we are back in Skyrim. Well, actually, we're back in Solstheim, as we've traveled over to Solstheim because Sarah decided to finally deal with the cultist members and start looking for this other Dragonborn because she doesn't want him to end up being a problem, or them, I guess, since she doesn't know who it is. Um, in the last episode, we ended up doing some exploration. We found the ancient Nordic pickaxe that we were supposed to go find from Crevice, and we found the Bloodskull blade hidden down in an ancient thing. We then found a dragon priest, which we ended up killing and taking his mask. And then we found something Sarah had never seen before, a book. Well, a strange book, because when she went to read it, she was teleported into the land of Apocrypha, and Hamea's Mora presented to us um, informed us that we're into a new area. Um, in today's episode, we have a couple of things that I want to take care of. I'd like to head to this Colbion Barrow. We talked to the innkeeper and heard about this guy at Corbion Barrow apparently doing some kind of excavation there. Sarah wants to go and check that out. She's gonna head to Colbion Barrow first and get it started, and then she's earned of a Temple of Mirak. Now, they don't ever really tell you where this is because, again, it's Skyrim, and they have a bad time of not making it understandable of how your character knows where to go. So what I've decided is that she used her magic to kind of sense where the magical energies that are affecting the stone are coming from, and it's linking back to the temple in the center of the island. If you don't like that idea, she went around talking to the people some more and found out that from them where to go. And if we want to go even weirder, she had while sleeping, she had a dream about the temple in the center of the island and a masked figure. Now, I'm not going to rush this because I have no reason to.
I'll cut you in two, bitch.
I don't think that my elemental blast did nothing to these guys.
Another victory for the Redoran Guard.
These are strange creatures. A declaration of war. Interesting.
Thanks. I wasn't sure I'd make it off this farm alive. I wish I could have said the same for my man here.
What are these things?
Some of the Redoran Guard have taken to calling them Ashspawn. Me, I don't care what they're called. All I know is they're a danger to Raven Rock and they need to be stopped.
How did that bring you to this old farm?
I was going to search for clues that might lead me to wherever they're coming from. I know it isn't the best place to start, but we know they've been coming from this direction.
Okay. I'd be glad to help.
Good. I can use all the help I can get. Besides, I don't feel comfortable leaving Raven Rock behind. And I'd hate to lose any more Redoran Guard.
Very well,
We were
what do I do?
searching the farm when the Ashspawn ambushed us. Have a look around and see if you can turn up anything useful.
I mean, I already found the declaration of war. I discovered a note on one of the Ashman.
This is strange. The note says it's from General Folks Carius, but that's impossible.
Why is that impossible?
Well, Carius was the Imperial garrison commander at Fort Frostmoth, but he died over 200 years ago when the Red Mountain leveled the place. There's no way he could still be alive.
Necromancy? What do you want me to do?
If General Carius is still alive, there must be something keeping him that way. I need you to head out to Fort Frostmoth and check it out. I'm gonna head back to Raven Rock and prepare the men for further assaults.
What are these ash spawn?
No one knows, really. Superstitious folks say they're the risen forms of those that died long ago, but I'm not so certain. They started attacking the bulwark a few weeks ago. My men were able to kill them, but they keep coming back.
Yeah, it's a problem with some of these things. How often do they attack?
We've had 2 other assaults on the bulwark, at different spots on the wall. I know it sounds crazy, but it's almost like they're becoming more organized and probing it for weaknesses.
Sounds about like what's going on. You suspect there's a motivation to their attacks?
Exactly. Something has to be directing them against us, and we need to find out who or what it is.
Sounds like it might be this general guy. Do you know a person called Mirak by any chance?
I might know someone, or maybe not. I can't remember.
If any information will help me out, I'll consider it payment for taking care of this problem.
I can't. I just can't be sure. I think maybe he had something to do with a temple, a temple here on the island. Does that help?
It's kind of. We're not going to ask about the mines being open. I don't feel like they've been. I don't feel like I completed the quest long enough ago for the mines to be open right now. So yeah, I'm just going to ignore that. I always liked the Veteran Guard's armor, this bone mold armor. I always thought it was kind of neat. I also think it's funny that there are dark elves underneath this, but you don't expect that. Or at least I wouldn't have expected that. I guess you could expect that if you knew of the lore and stuff. 1 second. Alright. Just making sure that the audio was doing well, because the music is a little low, but I'm not going to be too worried about it. I might listen to it before I go on to my next episode, so if it is a little too low, I might raise it in the next one. It's at the same settings it normally is, so I'm not entirely sure. It might just be that it's low for my volume because I have it turned down in my headset. But Sarah now has this general. Oh, apparently that's the current quest. Was not expecting that. I want to mark this one as well, because that's the one that I came out here wanting to do, which it's up there. We'll go around this way. The fort is in that direction. Again, it's one of those situations of we have to kind of believe that he told us where to go. This place is great for certain ingredients. Surprisingly, even though the place is covered in ash from Red Mountain, it's actually actually has a lot of fertility to it, which is not too surprising because that's usually how things work. Volcanic areas are actually really good for um, fertility, for soil fertility, because the ash ends up kicking up a bunch of nutrients and stuff that go all over the place. I double opened that cricket, or ash hopper, I guess it was called. Ah, I'm guessing that's Colby Iron Barrow. Hello, sir. We're not going to steal his journal, but if you guys want to take a chance to read through it, go ahead.
Damn it. What am I going to do?
Hey, I heard you were starting an expedition out here.
Who told you that? Was it Geldis? I told that idiot not to send me anymore. It probably can't hurt to tell you. You look mostly honest. The name's Rollis. Rollis Sedaris, out of Moorhold. I've got a financier waiting for me back on the mainland. Sent me here in the interests of obtaining some rare antiquities. The relics of Arzador. But this whole thing became a disaster right quick, let me tell you.
What happened?
You come out of the Northern Ashlands, you don't expect things to go easy, you know. But this was something outside my particular expertise. When I first got to Kolbjorn, you couldn't even see it. Buried in the ash, like most other things on this blasted island. Dug out a pile of the stuff taller than me just to find the barrow. Who knows how much to reach the door? Excavating isn't exactly my specialty. Even if it was, the ash storms fill it in faster than you can dig.
Why not hire some miners from Raven Rock? I'm pretty sure you'd be able to get some work done, especially with how much they're hurting for work right now.
You think I've got that kind of money? No, I only get paid on delivery. Can't afford to go out of pocket for 1,000 centimes on this. Takes money to make money, all that rot. There's a lot of it at the other end, but I can't get there without a little kick to start it off.
I've got some money. If you're looking for a partner, I'm more than willing to help you out.
What? Are you serious? Well, I think I could make that work. We can sort out the details of our little arrangement later. But for now, I'll manage the dig if you can manage the coin. Do you have the gold?
1,000 gold? Quite simple. Here.
It's all here. Well then, looks like I have a good bit of work to start on. I'll head back to Raven Rock and round up some diggers. Once we've got something worth looking at, I'll send word to you. Pleasure doing business with you, partner. I'll see you soon.
Sarah sees it more as an investment. She's got more than enough money. I also found out, we could find out that we're in 4th era 201. I did not know about the year being down here in the bottom right hand of the corner until I watched a video recently that brought up the fact that the year is down here. So I'm actually really glad to know what year it is now, because now we can kind of start looking at like the thought process. Again, we're kind of in the new year of, I think we're kind of like in the last month of the year for Tamriel. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know the calendar, the Tamriel calendar very well. But yeah, Sarah's probably just interested in doing this because of the fact that he's searching for artifacts, and Sarah has an interest in artifacts, and she's under the impression that she could easily just help him dig out the artifacts, and then probably either take the artifacts from him or look into how much she's willing to pay to get the artifacts. In the situation of heard somebody talking.
Nothing to worry about at all. There's nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about at all. To touch the sky like a dragon. There's nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about at all.
Where is this guy?
The book in my dream showed me. They said it couldn't be done. They said it, but they were wrong.
There he is. What the heck is he talking
The book
about?
in my dream showed me.
Book in his dreams. Book in his
There's
dreams.
nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. It's working. I'm flying. I'm really flying.
What in the world?
What?
Kinda wish I knew what the spell he just used was. Huh. Journal of a Madman and Zombies. Definitely wasn't zombies. He was definitely casting some kind of spell. Let's see here. Oh, possible knowledge, secret knowledge. Let's hide the knowledge. See the pages, knowledge of flight. Okay then. For those who are unaware, that is a reference to Morrowind. I only know it because of a person who pointed it out to me once. Apparently, what he used was a spell called Jump. And basically what it does is it increases your acrobatics, like, incredibly high for, like, a few seconds. And it allows you to jump like he did. The problem with it is that the spell does not give you acrobatics for very long. And you're in the air for longer than it gives you. So what it does is it lets you jump super high in the air, and then you proceed to come crashing back down, and like he did, you end up dying. You can actually save him. There have been videos of people saving him on the internet, where if you hit him with a paralysis and a relenting force shout, you can then save him and basically keep him from dying. I had no interest in it because Sarah had no interest. Wouldn't have done that. I didn't, and I don't think I could pull that off. Oh. Oh. It works, it's just not very effective. We are going to keep looting them because they have the ash spawn and the ore on them, but I'm not going to be too worried about actually seeing what we're getting from them. A single child's doll. Both a interesting thing and what it seems to be slightly depressing. Normally use candlelight, but I guess this is probably a good place as any to use it. Huh.
Listen to this one. My nights have been impossible to bear without you. I beg of you, please depart that blasted... and return to solitude at once.
No more. What a fool.
Do you think he's the one we left in the tunnel?
Who cares? Nods all look the same to me.
Wait. Did you hear that? Sounds like those ash spawn are back.
Well,
I'll cut you open!
Huh. Bunch of fools. We're probably going to end up going over our carry weight in a little bit, but we'll probably just throw the Ring of Ancients on if that's the case. Or we'll use Rise of Magicka and then travel back to the Windows all past the hills on the shore, whoever left it here where it was long gone. It is as if the great machine vibrates beneath me. Fire from the deep. Interesting. Golden Magicka. Huh. Must be the tunnel they were talking about. Is he... Yep. Oh. Memory artifacts. Interesting. Another mage. Bloodstained letter. Let's take a look at this bloodstained letter. Yarn, do not come to this place. I have not. I will not take us both. Interesting. Huh. What is this thing? I actually don't remember if this ever gets revealed of what this is. I know Sarah probably has a major interest in it since she's always interested in Dwemer stuff, but there's not much to see here. There's a couple of Dwemer artifacts on this island, but I don't remember if anything ever comes of any of it. Very well, moving on. Funny that they thought I was, oops. Didn't mean to do that. Funny, though, that they thought I was an ash spawn. Alright, let's get out of this, decrepit basement. Ooh. Elixirs of health. Alright, let's see. That looks like the fort. Keep going in that direction. Hopefully deal with this general and his ashen army. I wonder if the general has like necromancy or something like that. It's like another ash spawn down there. Might as well go deal with it. Oops. I like how they have magic. Lord Frostmarth.
Men, an invader has entered the fort. Prepare yourselves for an ambush.
What the? That was weird.
Fort Frostmoth will never fall. Long live the Empire!
Darn fool. Long live the Empire. Doesn't even have a stance out here right now. Maybe they did back when this guy was alive? Maybe he doesn't realize he's dead. I'm getting sluggish because of the fact that I haven't had blood in a while, and I'm in this out here in the sun. I need to stop using power attacks. Well, I guess I don't have to need to stop using power attacks now because I'm not going to be able to use power attacks because my stamina is gone. Alright, let's get inside and out of this sun. Looks like I'm recovering stamina very slowly. Hello. Really annoying that they're resisting keening sting. Oh god. Let's buff ourselves because these guys seem like they're a little bit stronger than some of the other stuff I've fought. Rise of Magicka. Not Ray Zombie. Iron Flesh. Oops. Not what I meant to do. To use That gives us our buff. Back to Keening and Elemental Blast. This plays a quick once over. She would definitely be interested in this. She doesn't think the Empire is out here, but it's always a possibility. I don't know why, but it feels like it's a lot darker than normal. That helps a bit. I don't really want to use candlelight because I don't really want to be um, broadcasting my presence down here. Looks like it doesn't matter if I do or not, though. Solstheim is a relatively difficult location. I can definitely say that its difficulty was much higher than the rest of Skyrim, because I had a character once that came here who was maxed level before you could legendary your skills. They had maxed out every skill to level 100, thanks to a glitch using the Augment Infinium. But over on the left. But when I got here, it was like everything was really difficult for a while. It didn't help the fact that I ended up prestiging everything basically all at once, causing my character to be super high level but really low skills. Adric Male, interesting. What the? Oh, exploding spiders. These things are fun little things. Heartstone deposit and ruby geode. Curious about this Heartstone deposit. I think she's seen a couple of these, but I think this is going to be the first one she's actually going to take advantage of. Where's my pickaxe? There's my pickaxe. I'll just do it manually so that we can get it done really quickly. I don't think we're going to get more than one. I don't think she's going to want too many samples of it. Oop. Goodbye. Where did Keening go? Got this spider real quick. Albino spider pod. Another ruby geode. I am noticing our inventory weight is getting close, and we are also already being buffed by Rise of Magicka in that regard. Let's see. Went into there, we went down there, so over here. I am definitely getting lost. I don't remember when I picked up a key, but okay. It was on one of Ashban. That looks like an Imperial soldier. Oh god.
I've failed.
Rest now. Alright, let's go check out his body, because his body seems like he's definitely not ash spawn. What the heck is going on here? Champion's Cudgel. 50% chance for each element, fire, frost, and shock to do 26 points of damage. Not a bad weapon. Probably one of the more impressive weapons in the game. Any weapon that can do all 3 of the elemental damages can be considered really useful, because it is always a possibility that you'll run into a creature that is resistant to at least one of the elements. I don't know if there's any creatures in the game that are resistant to all 3 that are resistant to 2 elements, but I know there are several in the game that are resistant to frost. There's a few that are resistant to fire, and then I think there's only like a handful that are resistant to shock. So having a weapon that does all 3, or a chance to do all 3, makes it more effective. Not to mention, I think that the cudgel's effect is 50% each. So there's a 50% chance you'll get fire, 50% chance you'll get frost, and a 50% chance you'll get a shock. Not that there's a 50% chance you'll get one of them. So there's a chance you'll trigger all 3 of them. Now, I don't know if there's anything in the game that it benefits from fire, like it's healed by fire, because I know that there's a game I played that had that effect, and I didn't realize it, but my main character who did the most DPS was constantly attacking the creature with an element that healed the creature. And it became one of the hardest boss fights, and I didn't realize it because I was healing the creature mid-combat with the character I was using. Well, that's interesting. Let's head back in real quick, because I think there was more to this place, and I'd like to explore a bit more if given the opportunity. Because this definitely didn't explain what was going on, because what was the general doing back alive? Couple of vigorous health potions. Oop. Another one of these ash spawns. Well, this is interesting. Another key. Auto. I love tomatoes personally. Could really enjoy a tomato right now. And Idria's journal. And apparently, you guys can go ahead and read through this if you guys want to. But basically, he was basically trying to resurrect him in order to use him. And eventually has issues with controlling him, I think. And I think he killed the guy eventually. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, I opened the coffin. I didn't want to open the coffin. I wanted to open this apothecary satchel. Probably got some ingredients inside of it. Yes, it does. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and try some of these ingredients. We'll head back to the town to let the guy know we took care of this, and we'll probably head to the gate here to head back to Skyrim, or to head back to Clockwork Castle to unload our stuff, as I'd like to get that taken care of before we continue on. I always think it's funny when we end up eating something that causes paralysis or something like that. Oh, it was a skull. Sarah does not have an interest in carrying a skull. Just remembered that I wanted to try to use that one guy's shadow, Arniel's shadow or something like that, more often, and I just remembered it. Would have been kind of nice to have him in that fight. I still love how you can look over at like Red Mountain and it's still like blasting smoke into the air. Probably why we're still getting ash storms every once in a while. He mentions ash storms, but you don't really ever see them in the game. Not visually, at least. Not as far as I can remember. As far as I'm remembering, Skyrim's got a pretty much very docile weather system. Not nearly as bad as you would expect. We're going to head back to, like I said, we're going to head back to Raven Rock now. Let him know that we've taken care of the general. And then head back to Clockwork Castle real quick to do a quick depository of some of our stuff. Was that those things? Sheesh, weird. Definitely some weird creatures. Got like bioluminescence going on and stuff. Well, that didn't take him long. Got the miners working.
We've
How's it
got
going?
a crew on it. They're not sharp, but they're working hard. Come back soon. See how they're doing.
Okay. Don't know how they're gonna dig through ash with pickaxes, but okay. You're the man. I'm paying you. I'm just gonna have to keep an eye on him because I definitely don't want my investment to go to waste. And it's going to be one heck of an investment. Sarah doesn't realize it yet, but she's going to end up paying this guy a lot of money. He's going to need more and more money because they're going to run into problems, and she's going to have to pay for them, and yeah. But we get a lot of good stuff out of it, so I'm okay with it. It's not personally, I don't know if it's worth the immense amount of money you put into it, but Sarah's got cash to burn right now, so she's not she's not gonna have an issue with using up her money for this. Let's talk to the captain, let him know we took care of that problem.
From Fort Frostmoth?
I actually found the general. He was resurrected. I took care of him.
I had my suspicions that he was undead. How else could he have survived for over 200 years?
Vampire?
It's a shame. There are quite a few tales of General Curious' exploits, including the founding of Raven Rock.
Oh no, he's not. He's no longer going to be sending Ashbond to Raven Rock. At least not him. They might still attack every once in a while, but at least it won't be as organized.
Councillor Morvain told me to give this to you if you made it back in one piece. And you got rid of General Curious. Better than a soldier's pay, so you should be thankful.
Ooh, thank you. Do you need anything?
I'm sorry to bother you, but Second Councillor Rano asked me to come find you. He said it's quite urgent.
Sure. Did he say what it's
All he
about?
wanted me to do is track you down and send you to him. Look, this is important. Even more important than wiping out the Ash Spawn. Please, go speak to the Second Councillor as soon as possible.
Okay. Might as well get a chance to talk to him as early as... Whoa, that was fast.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah,
After
sure.
everything you've already done for Raven Rock, I hate to ask for more, but I can't risk Councillor Morvain being killed.
He's in danger of being killed? How?
The Ulan family of House Lalu, a rival great house, has placed a death mark on the Councillor's head.
Why would the Ulus want him dead?
It's a private matter. Let's just say they seek revenge for the execution of one of their own, ordered by Councillor Morvain himself. The problem is I don't have any solid proof that anyone from House Lalu is hidden among us. Only my suspicions.
Yeah, it does make sense. Politics can be so messy.
It may be justified, but it certainly isn't appreciated. Councillor Morvain simply feels that I'm being paranoid. I'm afraid that one day I'll awaken and discover him dead. And I don't want it to come to that.
You feel an attack on the counselor is imminent?
I do. I've received some information from my sources that there could be elements of Ulan's house, House Lalu, already in Raven Rock.
Why not act on the information?
Raven Rock is a small settlement, so it's hard to accomplish anything in secret. If any of them is from House Lalu, I wouldn't be able to make a move without them knowing.
Any way I can assist you?
I had a feeling you'd be willing to listen to me.
What do I do?
I need you to start out by being my eyes and ears. Search Raven Rock and see if you can root out these traitors. The best place to start would be Geldis Sadri, over at the Retching Netch Corner Club. If he provides you any leads, check them out before bringing them to my attention. I can't afford to make any mistakes.
You mentioned your sources?
I maintain a few contacts in other Dunmer settlements across Tamriel. Most hail from House Redoran, but there are a few from other houses.
Why not ask them to investigate?
Most of my contacts live leagues away from Solstheim. Sending the occasional message back and forth is all we can manage, and sometimes takes months or more to arrive. However, any information we can glean in times like this, I consider vital to House Redoran's survival.
Alright. I'll take a look into that, but I've got to go take care of this carryweight issue. Not Elemental Blast. Rise of Magicka. Do a quick Rise of Magicka just to get our carryweight back up. I don't want to have to put on the Ancient's Ring if I don't have to. Let's head into the terminus. I like this one because it's a secret, it's a secret hidden passageway. And I imagine that this shuts down when she's not around it. But, I'm going to stow away my stuff, and that will be the end of this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you guys liked it, please hit that like button. It helps my channel grow, and it helps me feel more encouraged to make more content. If you guys have any comments, please leave them in the comment section down below. I do try to read through all the comments, and I do try to respond to them. If I just leave a like on it, I apologize, but I didn't really have anything to say. I just like the fact that you left me a comment, and I appreciated it. And of course, if you want to see more of my content, please hit that subscribe button. It'll help you know when I have more information coming out, and it will help me make more content. But I will talk to you all later. Bye.